I wanted to ask, has there been much talk between you and your teammates about this idea of playing more of the role of hunter this time around against Cincinnati this weekend?
Not necessarily. We go out there, we try to play hard, so that's what we're going to do is we execute our assignment and play hard this week. We're going against a good team in Cincinnati and trying to get this dub this week.
And how much different are you feeling this season? I know last year you were a freshman. You were kind of starting to play a little bit, started a few games. Now you're in a much more prominent role as a full-time starter. Are you feeling more comfortable out there as a sophomore?
Yes, 100 times more confident. I'm in a lot better shape than I was last year. I know the playbook like the back of my hand now. Like I feel a lot more confident, just ready to keep going.
So, Ed, I have to ask, as somebody who's in the salt mines there in the trenches, when you look at the film and you see Cincinnati, do you expect this to be the biggest challenge you face this season?
Yeah, definitely one of the biggest. They play – their front seven is really tough. They move a lot. Got big guys, big, strong guys. So as long as our offensive line is ready, we'll be good.
Ed, as an offensive line unit, how would you characterize how the season has gone? Obviously, there were some issues at the beginning with all the penalties. But as the season has come along, how would you describe what it's been like for you five up front?
I feel like us growing together as a unit has been key to us improving since the beginning of the season. Like you said, with the penalties and false starts early in the year, that's kind of become null and void as the longer the season is going on. So, us growing together as a unit has been tremendous.
And how difficult was it for you guys, especially the offensive line, not to be around each other for those 4 or 5 months during the summer and the spring, and then to get back in the fall? How difficult was it to get back into shape and get maybe your rhythm together because of COVID?
It was extremely difficult because, being a huge part of being an offensive line is having one voice and one sound. And having those 4 months off, not being around each other is pretty hard to come back in June, trying to build off some stuff that y'all hadn't played together since March and February. So having COVID has really disrupted a lot of stuff, but just glad we're back into it now.
And I know you guys talk about, focusing solely on the opponent coming up, going 1-0, but, a win against Cincinnati could mean some other stuff too. I mean, obviously the opportunity to take down a top 17, but for conference-wise, if you guys win, you're back in the hunt. You need some help, but, you could potentially win the conference or be on track to. Is that something in the back of y'all's mind as you get ready for a big game?
Yeah, but try not to look past Cincinnati. Instead of talking about, hey, we got to win, instead of talking about, hey, so if we win this game, we get this, we got to look at, first we need to beat Cincinnati, so we can't look past Cincinnati at this point.
And you guys go up against, obviously, your younger defensive linemen in practice. What have you seen from some of those guys like Cam and Tremont? What do they look like so far stepping up the season?
Oh, they're doing exactly what we thought they could because they always give us trouble when we're going against them. Cam has always been somebody that's worked hard, been just a quick guy, quick mover. Tremont always been somebody since he got here I've always gone against. He's always giving me troubles. So the same way with Josh Salazar, he's a good defensive end too.
Ed, you talked about how hard it was in the summer not having that time together. Did you feel like there was a time during this season where you guys finally kind of coalesced and as a group and started, becoming the unit you guys knew you could be?
I'd probably say the bye week after the Tulsa loss, we came together as a unit pretty good. I feel like we responded since then. That was probably when we became a closer unit.
And this is obviously going to be an interesting matchup. You guys, UCF, are maybe the best offense in the country. Cincinnati is a defense, one of the best, if not the best, defensive teams in the country. Something's got to give, I guess, when great offenses and great defenses are going together. Is that something you're kind of excited to see? How those two things match up?
I'm very excited to see it. Both teams play hard. You're gonna see who play the hardest come Saturday.
And we just talked to Dylan, and he had a lot of praise for you guys, called you a group of super intelligent guys, and said he was your biggest fan. What do you think of Dylan's performance this year, and what's it been like blocking for him?
Dylan's growth from year 1 to year 2 is something that's just magnificent. Like he is a great quarterback. He gets us right whenever the defense we're going against isn't something we necessarily plan for. He gets us in the right position. So Dylan has been great for us, and hopefully we the same for him.